Hello, how are we all today? Hi Grace, hi Proud Hufflepuff. Hello Amber. Can you all hear me okay? See me okay? Thumbs up, lovely. Hi Alva, hi Ruth. Hi Dan. Nice to see some of you coming back. Welcome to Theatre Chat Live. If this is your first time, welcome. This is a place for theatre lovers to come and connect and just talk about all things theatre because we miss it. I'm really missing it this week. And if this is your second or third time, welcome back. Let me know in the comments if this is your first time, just because it's always nice to know, isn't it? Guys, we're nearly there. It's nearly the end of January. I feel like it's been the longest January in history, but we are near the end, and then February's going to come, and my favourite day ever in the world, which is Pancake Day, is coming up. So, you know, it's exciting. It's exciting to bring February in with Pancake Day. Hello, Amber, Lucy, Kaylee, Joe, Liv. Thank you so much for joining. Today, on Theatre Chat Live, our topic of conversation is going to be your first theatre memory. So, I would like to know, you can either write them in the comments or you can request to join the live, all about your first ever theatre experience. It can be to see a musical, it can be to see a play, it can be your local theatre, it can even be the first show you ever performed in. Yeah, let's have a little chat, let me know. So let's have a look at who is going to join us today. Yes, lots of people are asking if you can join. Please request to join, and what I'll do is I'll click you in and you can come on in. So first of all, I'm going to say hello to Ruth. Let's wait for Ruth to come in. Hello.
Hiya, you're right.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's lovely to see you.
Nice to see you too. So Ruth, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Okay. So I, like Jess, work for Society of London Theatre and UK Theatre. I work in operations. So before the pandemic, we used to do loads of exciting things like help you guys organise all your meetings and things like that. And do meet and greets with the people who used to come into our wonderful office in Leicester Square. And now we're just assisting where we're needed, really. It's been interesting, but I'm really excited to get back.
Yes, it's so nice to see your face because it's been a long time. And normally you're sat there, like you're the first person that we see when we come in the morning. And I miss that.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to see anyone
I miss it as well.
Other than my own face in the mirror is all I ever see.
Yeah.
So, Ruth, let me know about your first ever theatre experience.
So I was thinking, actually, and the first thing I did was I reached for all my programmes, but that was probably actually the wrong thing to do because quite a lot of programmes, but I don't have many. So I'll bring up my first programme first. So I think one of my first theatre experiences was The Lion King. And I watched this because my grandparents actually bought tickets, I think, for one of their anniversaries. And one of the biggest things I actually remember about it, when those elephants walk down the aisle. Have you seen it? And they're like, I don't know which scene it is. And I just, the best thing about it was actually my grandma's face. Like, my grandma was so excited. She just was like, look at the elephants and look at all the birds flying through the sky. And I'll never forget that. And I think that's one of the things I do miss about going to theatre with the people and, your friends that you love, just seeing their faces as well. And that's another thing that's so spectacular about children's theatre as well, because you get to see all of the kids and how excited they get and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll never forget it.
Yeah, Lion King, the opening of Lion King is incredible. I've seen it twice and I think I was up in the circle both times. And it's really nice because you've got these puppets coming into the audience everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have loved to have watched it on the stalls when you just see them coming past you. And it just gives you goosebumps every single time, I think. It's just so, yeah,
I
it's
know.
great.
And the music quality as well is just incredible. And it's been going for so long now, hasn't it? It's been about 30 years.
Yeah, it's
So
been a
that's
really long time.
insane.
Yeah, older than me and
Yeah.
you.
I know. Other ones I thought of is a really, really early one I went to go and see was, my earliest absolute memory, I think, was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in the West End.
Do you know what?
Because,
Ruth, that is
yeah,
my first one. That's the first show I went to go see.
was it? Well,
Yeah,
I
in the
just
West End.
remember being, were you like really overwhelmed by the flying car?
I was overwhelmed by all of it. Like, I think I was in year 6, so it would have been 2000. I don't know how old I was in 2006. I'm awful at maths, but
Yeah.
I remember coming out of that and being like, "What was that? That was amazing."
I know, I just remember being overwhelmed at such a young age. And I obviously, by that point, knew that cars couldn't fly. But I was asking all these questions. I was saying to my dad's an engineer, so I kept asking my dad, like, how do they make the car fly? And I still don't know how they made the car fly on stage. I don't know what they did.
It's magic,
So,
Ruth. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
I
It's a real
know.
thing, and it's magic.
I know. And we need that back. Like, oh, can't wait till the theatres reopen again. I really wanted to go and see Mary Poppins because apparently she flies through the audience.
Yeah.
And I would just want to see that and see if I can work out how they do it.
Yeah, she does. There's so much in Mary Poppins that Mary Poppins was the first show that I'd seen in a while that I really just thought that is magic. The things that they were doing on stage was just magic. They do so much cool stuff in this, like, I don't know, like getting the stuff out of the bag, and there's a scene in the kitchen. It's just so good. And then yeah, I think it's at the end, I can't remember, but she flies in and yeah, on top of you, over the top of you. It's the magic of live theatre, hey?
I know, yeah. And the things it would be great actually if you maybe did a week on things that went wrong. I think that would be interesting. I was thinking about that today, like
Yeah,
shows and things didn't go as expected. That would be a good like talking point.
yeah, that is, I've done a few interviews and that's a really good question to ask, because, and especially if you're talking to like a cast of people, because they then all start telling these stories, like other people's embarrassing moments in the show. Yeah, that's such a good idea. Have you ever seen anything go wrong?
To be honest, I have a few times. One of the most impressive things I think I ever saw go wrong was when I was about 18. And I'll say actually, because it was so impressive what happened. Sadly, one of the performers had to leave stage because they were ill. And my friends and I were at the Mischief Festival, which is where the RSC and the other place does 3 different plays. And we went together and booked a hotel and stayed the night. And we loved Mischief Festival. We both love new writing. And this performer left. And what happened was the artistic director at the time, who was directing the plays, came in and performed in the space of the person who was meant to be there. And it was incredible. Like, I want to name drop, but I don't know if it wants to be name drop, but it was honestly, and you just thought you were seeing something which nobody would ever see again, which I think is one of the things about live theatre. When things do go wrong, sometimes it can add something to it rather than taking something away.
Yeah, that's it, definitely. You do feel like you get a little bit of an exclusive, don't you? And something like that,
I know.
when there's no hiding what has happened, and then someone comes on and kind of just gets on with the show. That's also just how great like actors are, and how like malleable, and you know, they just go with the flow.
Yeah, and it was absolutely incredible, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget as well. Obviously, it wasn't planned, So they overacted a little bit, and there was this scene where flour goes everywhere, and they got flour all over me because I was in the front row. It's only in a small space. And I just remember being like, oh, I've got flour on me. And my friend was just like, you've had a once in a lifetime experience. Don't complain. So it was great.
Oh, that's amazing. Is there anything else, any other programs you've got?
Oh God, I've got loads. Yeah. So when I was a teenager, I used to love Legally Blonde the musical and Billy Elliot. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
They were my two
Yeah.
absolute favourites. And I was reading the Legally Blonde program earlier, and I really, really like it. It's actually got a bit in it by Miranda Hart.
Hey,
The comedian.
was she in it then?
I was like, oh, yeah. No, she wasn't in it. She just wrote something for the programme. And she just talks about kind of the value of the story, because I think it's because I was blonde as well. So obviously a show about like blonde girls. I don't know if you had the same thing. So but it was just, yeah.
Legally Blonde is Elle Woods is my idol. I think she's great. I love her values. You know, she just thinks she can just do whatever she wants. She's one of the ultimate feminists. I've actually never seen Legally Blonde. I've never seen Legally Blonde the musical, which I'm really, really gutted about. I know all the songs. I know all the words to the songs. I've never seen it, so I'm very jealous that you've actually been to see it.
Yeah. Oh, you have to I love the phrase being yourself never goes out of style. It's just so early 2000s. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it is. It's great. So good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much for joining, Ruth. I'm going to have a look and see.
Thanks.
Who else is on the live? See you later. Have a lovely time. And
see ya. You too.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Amber Lucas has asked if she can join next. And yes, you can. I'm going to request you. Because I think... Oh, no, you've declined, Amber. Let me know if you'd like to come on again. And I will... accept your request. This time I'm going to bring on Kitty. So you guys have got a little treat this week. You've got 2 people joining us from Salt. So Kitty works with us at Official London Theatre. Hello, Kitty. Can you hear us?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Very good on this cold and miserable day.
I know, it's really not. I've got a blanket near me just in case I get cold, because I have to keep
fully in bed,
putting it on my head. Love that. Is this your first time going live?
It is, yeah. I actually had to Google how to do it beforehand because I've actually never gone live on Instagram before, so here we are.
I love that. Welcome. Welcome,
Thank
Kitty.
you.
Explain who you are.
So I work for Official London Theatre, like Jess, and I do a lot of the writing for all of our news and all of our listings and stuff like that. And I do some little bits on social here and there. So sometimes it's me. It's usually Jess, but sometimes it's me. So yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's me and Kitty every now and then. Kitty does a lot of writing on the website. So if you ever read any of our articles, you'll see her little icon in the corner. And now you know the person behind the screen. Kitty, can you tell us about your first theatre experience?
I can. I was thinking, I can remember going to, a lot of them are panto. I can remember going to panto in what must have been King's Lynn Theatre with my grandparents every year when we were really little. But the one that really stands out is we went to London to see Aladdin with Ian McKellen as Widow Twankey. I can't remember how old I would have been. I googled it. I would have been about 9 or 10. And I loved the Lord of the Rings films, so I was just obsessed that I was watching Gandalf in a dress on stage.
That's
so that was when and I can remember in one of the songs they threw fortune cookies out into the audience, and I caught one of them. And I kept it for 3 years, and at the end of it, it was just dust in a packet. But I didn't open it and eat it because it was this special thing. But I don't have any more, sadly. It would be quite rotten by now, I think. But
did it have anything inside the fortune cookie?
I don't remember. I remember it being, when I finally opened it, being a good fortune, but I can't remember what it said. But I can just remember being so excited. I stood up from my seat and reached up to grab it. and just like turning around to my family and be like, oh my God, I did it. So excited that I was one of the ones that caught it. So it's my claim to fame.
That is one of the best things about Panto, is being all the audience interaction. And I guess like we were saying before with Ruth, when things go wrong, it's nice because Panto always feels different.
Yeah, it feels like it's kind of supposed to go wrong, you know? Like if someone trips over, you can never really tell whether that's deliberate or not. Like that's part of the magic of it, I think, is this just chaotic energy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I can remember as well, speaking of things going wrong, one of my earliest theatre memories in terms of being on stage was we did a play that I've literally just been Googling to try and work out what it was. Because it was a musical version of Alice in Wonderland, but not one that I've ever seen anywhere else. And apparently it's one that's produced specifically for schools because it's all easy songs and stuff. And I played the Griffin and I sung the Lobster Quadrille, and I had a toy lobster that I was supposed to throw into the audience on a specific line that was about throwing the lobsters. I went on stage opening night and I got about halfway through the first verse and realised I didn't have the lobster. And again, I mean, this is throwing me up to be an amazing catcher, but my friend Antonia threw it on from the wings and I reached up and caught it just in time for the line and then threw it out into the audience. And I think that's still one of my proudest moments ever, of just making it look completely deliberate.
That sounds so good.
Yeah.
You must have been like, look at me, I'm real.
Yeah, just the absolute stress to hit high notes.
I love that you were singing about a lobster.
Extraordinaire.
In Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. No, it's because it was based on like the books, I think. So it was all really weird and really obscure. And because it's made for kids, like everyone's a main character, everyone's got a song. And we went to like quite a small school. There were only about 20 of us. So like everyone had a song, everyone had a solo. We all made our own costumes. So I think there's a recording of it somewhere, and I'd love to dig it out and find it because it must have been awful.
So Frankie has just said that she performed in Alice in Wonderland, that version.
Yeah.
Frankie, who did you play? Did you play the Griffin, or were you the lobster that was thrown into the audience?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds great. I think my first experience on stage, like other than the Nativity, which I don't remember anything of.
What were you in?
I was just an.
Well, you meant.
I know, I was just an angel.
I wanted to be Mary. Both my sisters got to be Mary, and I got to be a narrator. My mum always told me that the narrator is actually the best part because they trust you to speak. But disappointed.
Yeah. Being a narrator means that you've got really good diction at a young age. Obviously, Frankie played Alice. Obviously, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, other than that, of course. Other than that, I think my first experience on stage was in our school production of The Wizard of Oz, and I auditioned to be Toto, who wasn't actually a role to go as. It didn't actually exist as a role. But my mum worked at the school and was like to the music teacher, Jess really wants to audition for Toto, so can she? So I did. And I sang Jojo, Get Out, Leave, because I was really cool.
Wow.
And
really dates it as well.
Yeah, it really dates it. And then I didn't get the part of Toto. Someone else did, younger than me.
Heartbreaking.
And I just was a munchkin woman.
No,
but it was still fun. It was still really good.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Cool. Thank you so much for joining, Kitty.
I believe the cats have joined me.
Oh, Michael the cat.
Michael the cat.
Oh, she always comes in and she always
Yeah. She's just hungry for the fame. But lovely to chat to you.
She wants the fame. See you later. Bye. Oh, I love every single time the cat comes on. It just makes me so happy. Let's see what everyone else is saying. I watched Legally Blonde on the UK tour. Dan, again, I am so incredibly jealous. Hello, Lima London. Welcome. Okay, let's see who else is here requesting. Amber, I'm going to give you a try again. And let's see if we can speak to you this time. Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. So Amber, I think I saw you comment. Did you say that you saw The Lion King?
Yeah, I actually sat right in the front row in the stalls. I was literally right by the stairs as the actors were walking up the aisle. I was literally right by the stairs as they walked up the stage.
Wow, that
And
sounds like an unforgettable moment.
it was actually really amazing. My mum surprised me with tickets to see it one time, and I saw that they were in the stalls. I thought it was amazing. I thought we were actually going to be in like the middle of the stalls in the front row somewhere, but she told me they were actually like right by like the stairs that they had to walk up, and she like sat me right next to the stairs because she thought it'd be great for me to like probably experience that up close. It was so amazing. I absolutely love The Lion King because it's like my absolute favorite Disney movie like ever. I've like watched it so many times. I've literally watched it like 5 times today because I love that so much.
Yeah, people get annoyed with me when I watch it with them because I always say the lines as it's playing, because it's one of my favorite Disney movies as well. Lions are my favorite animal, so The Lion King is 100% up there with my favorite Disney movies.
I always love watching Disney movies. I pretty much grew up watching Disney movies and lots of like Disney shows. And I remember one time me and my family were doing like a Disney quiz, and I would win like every time because I knew so much about Disney.
That is very good piece of information to have in your head, isn't it? Any kind of Disney trivia is always going to win you some points in some quiz somewhere.
Yeah.
So was that your first theatre experience, or have you got another?
No, the first time I've ever seen like a show was like over 10 years ago, I think, and it was actually Shrek the Musical.
Yes.
And it was actually the first time I ever been to London as well. Yeah. I remember I was in like this group called the Rainbows, you know, like the Rainbows, Brownies and Guides.
Yeah.
I think I was a rainbow then, and they decided to take us all on a trip to London to see that musical, and a bunch of parents went, and my mum went with me. My mum went with me to look after me, and my best friend who went as well.
Nice.
It was actually really amazing. I actually did really enjoy it, and my favourite part about the show was how Fiona changed from like a normal person to an ogre, and I literally still can't figure out how she did it.
Again, it's that magic of theatre, isn't it? And just the amazing stuff that they do on stage in front of your eyes. It's really great. My favourite part of Shrek the Musical, it's when she's singing in the tower. I know it's today, I think, and you've got all like different ages of Fionas singing.
Oh, that's my favourite part.
Yeah. That's such a fun musical to go with, and you went with your friends as well, so that must have been such a enjoyable experience.
My mum enjoyed it like so much as well that we've actually been going to London to see a bunch of shows. I cannot remember how many we've seen, but I remember we saw Mary Poppins, Aladdin, Lion King, Wicked, Billy Elliot, Dirty Dancing, literally almost everything.
Wow. And so Shrek was the first show for both of you, and then it opened up your love for theatre.
Yeah. Been going for like past 10 years, I think. Been going since like I was 8.
Amazing. Oh, that's so good. What was the last show that you went and saw? Was it Mary Poppins?
No, the last show I ever saw was actually Les Miserables, the stage concert, and that was actually with my mum and my nana, and that was actually the last ever show I saw with my nana as well.
Oh, that one's very emotional, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very emotional because that was actually my nana's favourite show before she passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But that's so nice that you've got that memory with her at the theatre. Yeah. And now when you listen to it, you can kind of think of that time that you had there and how special it was, I guess.
Yeah, I've actually got like a photo as well of like me, my mum and Anna actually being at the show. It's actually right here, like on my wall,
Ah.
like right there.
Oh, look at you. Oh, that's lovely. In the seat with the programme.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so lovely.
That's actually kind of like a little tradition we do. Like every time we go see like a show we never seen before, we like buy the program of course, and when we get to our seats, we actually take a selfie with the program to like show this, pretty much show this. Yeah, I can't think.
Yeah, a nice memory, isn't it? I think it's
Yeah.
nice to take a picture and have a memory with that. I've got when you watch Shrek, do you remember who was playing Princess Fiona? Because Stephen says Amanda Holden played Shrek in the past, not Shrek, Princess Fiona, and I remember that. Do you remember who played Princess Fiona when you watched it?
I don't really remember because, like I said, it was like 10 years ago, I think, because I don't really remember that far back.
Yeah, fair enough. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It was lovely to chat with you. And yeah, maybe see you again soon. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I can't remember who played Princess Fiona when I watched it. And it's really going to bug me because I remember watching it and being like, oh, this is so exciting. Like, I'm seeing this person live on stage. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about my first theatre experience. I'm sure I must have gone to the theatre when I was younger, but the most notable time that I went to the theatre was when I think it was my 13th birthday, so when I was turning into a teenager. I went to go see Wicked with my mum, and on the lead up, so it was a surprise. Obviously, I didn't know what I was doing for my birthday. And on the lead up to then, my mum kept humming the Wicked songs. And I kept thinking, that's really suspicious. I wonder why she keeps humming those songs. Anyway, the morning of, she woke me up. We had to get up really early. I think it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. Got a coach into London. And it was Wicked. I went to go see Wicked. And I remember sitting there and watching. And I'd listened to all the songs. I knew them all off by heart, but I had absolutely no idea what the storyline was. And I didn't want anyone to tell me what the storyline was because I wanted it all to be a surprise and I wanted to be, first time experiencing it. And I think I was just starstruck because I remember coming out of it and being like, what's just happened? And I didn't remember anything because I was so... I think I was just starstruck. I couldn't believe that I was actually watching Wicked the musical there in front of my eyes. And I actually have a picture of my first visit, and I was obviously a young teenager and so mortified that my mum was asking for me to have a photo in front of Wicked. So I stood really awkwardly. You can't let me turn my ring light off so you can see it. Oh, can you see it? There, you can see I'm wearing my Wicked jumper, which I still have somewhere. I really doubt it fits me anymore. I've got a really strange fringe going on and I'm just trying not to smile because I just want it to look cool. But yeah, Wicked was my first, after Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Wicked was my first show in London and it was amazing. Amber loves Wicked. Yes, it is such a good show. Let's see what else everyone is saying in the comments. So Stephen, Phantom was the first musical I saw with my wife. That sounds amazing. Phantom of the Opera was probably maybe the third show I saw in London. And yeah, that's just, I remember thinking this is real musical theatre. Like, obviously the singing was incredible. A show that I've always loved. Kitty loves the fringe of me looking awkward outside the theatre. Yeah. Has anybody else had to stand in front of a theatre and have your picture taken by your parent? I mean, now I would definitely do it. I would stand outside and have a picture under the sign because that's part of being at the theatre, isn't it? But back then, I was mortified. Darcy, Sound of Music was the first musical I saw when I was 5. Wow, that is really young to be going to the theatre. Jealous that you were open to theatre at such a young age. Mamma Mia was the first show in London for Dan. in 2011. That's a really fun one. I love that. We've got Les Mis as the first show. That's really like, I think, you know, Les Mis, Phantom of the Opera, is your first musical theatre. That's such a good introduction to all the elements of classical musical theatre, isn't it? I also, another show that I went to go see when I was younger was Billy Elliot. I think I might have mentioned it on here before, but again, every time I remember just watching it, and every single time I came out of the theatre, I just felt this like urge to want to go back and want to be there again. My first show was Wicked. Chloe, lovely. We've got Blood Brothers in Chicago. Roisin, for me it was Cats. What I would like to know is what was the reason that was your first show that you went to go see? So the reason why my first show was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was because my school were doing a theatre trip, and I don't even think I was really into plays or theatre then, and I remember I just thought, you know what, I'm going to go to London for a day whilst I'm at school. I might as well, you know, do it, get a day off school. And actually it was the best decision ever because it opened me up. Going to stage door at Wicked, trying to catch Indina Menzel. Does that mean, Ruth, you saw Indina Menzel in Wicked? Because I am so jealous about that. That sounds, oh, that's so good. Kaylee, I don't remember my first show. Probably Annie or Oliver or Grace. Yeah, the old classics. Kaylee, I can't imagine there was ever a time that you never went to the theatre. That's mental. Let's have a look at who else is requesting to come on. Ruby has requested. Let's have a little look. My friend was Gretel in West End. That's why I went, yeah, go to support your friends. That's a really good idea. Sam says, I love the film of Oliver and managed to convince my parents to take me to it in the West End after having seen a local production too. Good work. Convincing your parents is tricky. So well done. Beauty and the Beast, as my cousin was in it and I fell in love. Used to go all the time. Yes, Beauty and the Beast is, I did Beauty and the Beast at school actually. And I think I was like a plate or something, or like a fork. That's amazing. I never saw it on the West End I've never actually watched it in a musical, but obviously I've seen the film and I've been in it myself. I'm dying to see the Broadway revival of My Fair Lady come to the West End. Yes, that would be great. The first show I saw at the West End was The Wizard of Oz, as I had a Wizard of Oz themed birthday party. I like that. That sounds like an awesome birthday party. So does that mean that you went with your friends, or did you go like with your family? I watched Oliver in my school in 2008. Oh, it's so lovely seeing everyone commenting and just chatting about their first theatre experience. It feels like such a long time ago now that we were in a theatre, and looking back at our earliest memories, I think just kind of, you know, makes you feel a bit like goosebumpy, and it's the reason why you love it so much, right? That first experience that you have at the theatre is so important. Great. If there's anybody else who would like to request to come on to the live, Ruby, I did request you, but it didn't, I think it was declined. So I'm going to try one more time, but if not, that's totally fine. Hello, Ruby.
Hi. Oh my god, I can't even talk right now.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Would you like to talk us through your first theatre experience?
Sure. So when I was in middle school, I started on 3 plays in my middle school. Then in high school, I was in Legally Blonde.
Nice.
And then I've done 2 more plays in my Acted 101.
Yeah. Wow. So you've been in lots of You've been in lots of theatre shows then.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. And is there any specific memories that you can remember from being in them? How did it feel being on stage?
My favorite, I guess my all-time favorite was the Legally Blonde one. And
Yeah.
off stage, then I don't like this at all. But normally when I saw plays, I get so nervous and scared to be on stage in front of like big audiences and stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
So I just feel like I just feel like we were like bands. I think bands is like so loud, like drums and stuff.
Nice. So that sounds great. Being in Legally Blonde, that sounds like that's probably my dream. So that sounds awesome. Have you seen any theatre at all?
I feel like I've seen Wicked in London in 2019, I think. And then I used to live in America, and I seen like plays with my brother Sam has been in plays in North Kansas. I go
Okay.
and see him a lot.
Oh,
He
wow.
plays in the Lee Center.
So are you in America now?
I'm not. I used to live in America before I moved to Brighton.
Okay.
And now I'm still in Brighton now.
Nice. So have you been to Broadway to see any shows?
I haven't, but I wish I could.
Yeah, me too. I've not been to Broadway, but that is definitely on my bucket list. So I'd love to go and see a show there.
Yeah.
I think it would be amazing, wouldn't it? Definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
See you later.
See you later.
Yeah, I think Broadway is definitely on my bucket list. I think as soon as all of this is over, I am going to book a plane ticket and go to New York, because I've actually never been to America. So I think Broadway is definitely one of the #1 things I'm going to do as soon as I can. Elfie would like to join. Of course you can. I've just sent you a request. It'd be great to hear your first theatre experience.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Good, good.
What is your first theatre experience? Can you remember?
Well, I started Stagecoach quite a long time ago, and last year I did Panto. So
Nice. What panto did you do?
it was Peter Pan.
Awesome. And who did you play?
I was a lost boy with, so you know AJ Pritchard, he was Peter Pan. So
Yeah. That sounds like that was loads of fun.
yeah, it was really fun. Yeah.
Is that the first time that you'd ever performed on stage in a big theatre?
Yes, and then I was going to do like Oliver, but that got cancelled because of COVID. So
Yeah, rubbish COVID. Well, hopefully, I'm sure it won't be the last time you are performing on stage.
yeah.
Do you have any fun stories about your time in Panto?
It was kind of you got pranked a lot by like all the people there, so that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done Panto before, and it's just silliness, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so everyone just kind of does whatever they want to do. You kind of get the show done, but when you can, you add a little like extra joke or something a bit cheeky in between, and the audience love it.
Yeah.
Have you seen any shows yourself?
Yeah, I've seen quite a lot, so yeah.
What's your favourite?
Probably like all the pantos I've seen, so I can't really pick a favourite, but like the pantos are probably the best I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think you love Panto so much?
They're just fun to see and all that, so.
Yeah, it's like the audience interaction, and you kind of feel like you can be a bit naughty and be a bit cheeky, and your parents can't tell you off because you're at a pantomime, eh?
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything else you would like to chat about on our theatre chat today?
No, not really. I don't really have anything else.
No. Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining.
Right. Thank you.
It's
See
lovely
you
chatting to
later.
you. And fingers crossed you're back on stage again.
Yeah, goodbye.
See ya. Oh, panto memories are always the best memories, I think. Awesome. So I think we're going to come to the end of our live for today. Today I thought actually I could end this with a little bit of theatre news and a little bit of what is coming up in Theatreland, just in case you guys would like something to look forward to. So I've got my trusty notes here and I'm going to do a little bit of reading. So in terms of theatre news, I think it is today that Phantom of the Opera in Broadway is celebrating their 33rd birthday. I feel like I'm doing like, I don't know, CBeebies birthday shout outs. But what I found when I was online today was they posted a image of their invitation that they sent out for their press night, for their opening night, and I just thought it was really cool, so I'm gonna read it out to you. I'll try and do it in my best Phantom of the Opera voice. Let's give it a go. I have instructed my managers, Mr. Cameron McIntosh and the Really Useful Theatre Company, to bid you to attend a grand party which will follow the opening performance of the musical based upon my legend, The Phantom of the Opera, by Mr. Andrew Lloyd Webber. This occasion will take place at the Beacon Theatre, 2124 Broadway at 74th Street on Tuesday the 26th of January 1988. It would be preferred if the gentleman would wear black tie and the ladies dress in a manner befitting the occasion. Your obedient servant, the Phantom. How cool is that? I absolutely love it when like musicals always kind of theme everything they do, and getting an actual invitation from the Phantom of the Opera must have been so cool. And I bet some people have probably got that invitation somewhere. When we get invited to opening nights now, it always seems to be emails. So I would love to have a handwritten invitation like that. You can have a look at that on Phantom's Twitter, I think it was on. Yeah, at Phantom Opera. So yeah, happy birthday to Phantom Broadway. Also coming up this weekend is Radio 2 is celebrating musicals. And on BBC One, they're going to be doing Musicals The Greatest Show. So if you haven't heard about it, here's a little bit about it. There is going to be performances from, I'm going to have to read it out because there's so many. So we've got performances from Cinderella, everybody's talking about Jamie, Hairspray, Mamma Mia, Prince of Egypt, Six, Tina, Wicked, Dear Evan Hansen, Josh Groban, I think Sheridan Smith is going to be there as well. So it sounds like this weekend, that's all I'm doing. I'm just going to sit down, watch that. Every single musical you can think of, I think, is taking part in this. So that's on BBC One, and then on Radio 2, I think across the whole weekend they're dedicating Radio 2 to musical theatre, which is what we like, isn't it? Oh yes, Dan has said that it's musical week on Dancing on Ice as well. Oh, so if you've ever missed any musical theatre, this weekend is your time. Some more things that you can watch this weekend is The Old Vic in Camera is showing Lungs again, so that's from the 27th of January. Showstoppers, the improvisation musical, are doing a live stream, and I really recommend getting on that because it is absolutely hilarious and they are just genius what they can do on the spot and make up. So that's happening on the 30th of January. And then on the 28th of January, I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change, the musical is starting on, I think you can stream it from ENO. But for anything, if you kind of are stuck and really want to do some kind of theatre vibe thing, you can go onto our website, and along the top it says your virtual theatre fix, and that is where you can see all of the stuff that is happening online or on TV that is theatre. so you can still get your theatre fix. Yes, so thank you so much to everyone that joined me today. It was lovely hearing your theatre memories. And sorry to all the people that have requested to go live. We have got a long list of people who still want to go live. Please join us next week, and then maybe we can go live with you then. So thank you so much for joining. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.